I really suffered spiritually, man.
Yeah.
Because, I think most of us are taught to codepend on an environment more than the spirit.
Oh.
Trust in your plans, trust in your process, trust in your plans, trust.
You know what it is? It's that podcast once again. Pastor Wandile, Brother Jarem, behind the scenes today. And it's been an amazing year. And we've closed and now we're beginning a new year. And shout out to everybody that's been watching and supporting us. Happy New Year to everybody. And I hope you liked our last episode we just watched. That was a really amazing one about spirituality, balance between spirituality and work. And indeed, shout out. Very good nuggets right there. So today, before I continue, shout out to Bet by the Harbour. You know where it is, Durban. And it's amazing food.
It's actually a nice place, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's a very
really
nice
good.
place.
It's really good. It's really good. See, the guest is already talking before I can introduce them. But it's so good. So, yeah. So I'll just introduce our guest and I'll let him introduce himself. Please tell us who you are and what you're all about.
All right. So, hi, guys. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Athenkosi, Mzimela. Munguna Solange. Right. Born and raised in Durban, obviously. I've been working here. Part of my profession is being a skills development facilitator. So that's what I do.
Okay. What about the other skill?
The skill. The skill. So I didn't actually do the whole intro.
Yeah.
Right. You know when you have a bit of pressure, you do half intro and stuff because you don't know what to say, when to say it.
No.
But
this is engaging the culture.
It's Athenkosi Mzimela. I'm a skills development facilitator as a profession. I also count my music career as a profession because it does do what it needs to be done. You know what I mean? So
that's what we want to hear. Tell them how many Crown Gospels you guys won, and Jerem is always capping. So now you hear.
I have a living testimony.
You hear to add the fire to his testimony.
Yeah. So we're in a group called Church for Business. We won 2 Gospel Crown Awards.
Yeah.
We traveled, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Traveled. We made a lot of impact.
Yeah.
Obviously for the glory. And it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was a really amazing, good journey.
Hey.
And, for as long as it lasted. So, just getting straight to our topic for today. And so what we're talking about today is still on the topic of balance between work and spirituality.
Yeah.
I feel like Yaya gave us really great nuggets.
I actually watched the episode yesterday. It was
really amazing.
Was bomb,
like she said everything you could imagine. So I wanted us to also speak on the topic in regards from a male's perspective. Because I know the pressure of a woman and responsibilities of a woman are different from the responsibilities of a man.
They are.
So I don't know, just take us into it and tell us, how does it work? How did you go about balancing your spiritual life and your work life and the demands and everything that come with it?
So, it's not easy, hey?
I know.
It's not easy. Because being a skills development facilitator is actually being a teacher on steroids. Literally. The reason why I'm saying that is because the skill requires a lot physically from you. It's not just reading out content and just expecting people to get it, whether they get it or not. We have client specific now. Okay. We have numbers that we need to meet. So you can't really say, whether you like or not, because the client is on your neck about that specific, so that makes it a bit more stringent and hard to actually, because now you have to use every method to ensure that everyone gets what they need to get.
Yeah.
Right. So whether it's using music, right? Because we did speak.
So they give you like that.
They give you a platform because you're a facilitator.
Yeah.
You use every method to ensure that everyone gets what you're teaching.
Okay.
Right. And especially because it's accelerated programs. Accelerated programs, you have 5 days to teach 18 modules
Yeah.
to 50 people.
Some steroids for real.
Steroids, you understand? And the client does not understand how don't you get these people to understand, because you call yourself a facilitator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it makes it a bit hard. And to the question of balancing between spiritual life and your professionalism work, it's very hard because, I was out of the country for most of the year last year.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm gonna talk from my experience.
Yeah, please.
Because
That's
I'm
what
gonna
we
get
like.
comfortable.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
we
gonna talk from my experience. I really suffered spiritually, man.
Yeah.
Because I think most of us are taught to codepend on an environment more than the spirit.
Oh, John.
Do you understand?
I get.
So if
I
you're
get.
not in a certain place, your spiritual life obviously
Takes a toll.
suffocates.
Yeah,
You understand? Because you're not in that place. So I had to learn the hard way how to survive spiritually
Without the
without
environment.
going to the place, because you go to another country, they speak French. They speak French. Everybody there speaks French.
Yeah.
Right? The English they know is minimal. Right? The English they know is the one you bringing to the country.
Oh.
You understand? So it became hard because you're not going to church anymore. You the only thing that you wake up and do, you wake up, go to work, you work until 2 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah.
go back home from Monday to Friday, obviously. And then because you're the only one on the site, right? Every responsibility sort of falls on your shoulders,
onto you.
right? So even on a weekend, you have to get up in the morning and check your laptop, right? You have to check what did I miss, right? Because we in the BPO sector.
Yeah.
Right? In the BPO sector, things change in a second.
Yeah.
In a minute,
You have to be updated
In a minute,
constantly.
a client can say, I don't want these people. You get an email, drop half of the class that you're facilitating, right? So you have to find a different home for these 25. So that stress builds up every single day. There's different changes and it takes a toll on you. So I really suffered, man. The only thing I depended on, I think I told you when I was out the country, is live services, right?
This is Facebook, right?
Facebook, yeah, Facebook Live. I started watching the live, but it didn't.
It's not
doing
like
that
you
thing.
there.
Yeah,
I get,
because now
I
you're
get.
used to being there.
Yeah. I get
Right?
the environment is different.
It's very different. So I think that's the effect of it, right? But how it actually works is that, a spiritual life is sort of dependent on how you choose to navigate your own life.
Okay.
Right? So my professional life, I chose to navigate it in a certain way that obviously cultivated it. It shot up fast, even more than I could control, because I started being in positions that I couldn't control.
couldn't explain
Couldn't
yourself,
explain. I couldn't, even for the position I was in, I was doing more than the position.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it went into a lot of areas in my life, man. It started suffocating my spiritual life. Even family time decreased because it's sort of focused on my professional life. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's sort of, in the long run, it has an effect.
It takes its all. But when do you say, okay, now I want to work, and you work and you get the bag or whatever the opportunities. But when do you draw the line and say, okay, no, now I feel like I need to, give my family time, give my spirituality time, give my how do you strike that balance? What do you do? Like, how do you go about that?
I think for the longest time, for me personally, I've been working in the BPO sector for 7 years.
Okay.
So when I began, I couldn't draw any line because I felt like I don't deserve the opportunity I had.
Oh, okay.
And the certification that I needed, I didn't have.
You didn't have it.
But I was in the space already.
Okay.
So without the papers, I had to prove myself to work extra hard. So you don't really know where the line is, you understand? Until you start seeing things deteriorating.
Oh, and before, when it gets too late and
Hey, man,
there's no control.
It gets too late now, you understand? Now you have to go ask for mercy now. You understand? Because it's too far, you understand? You actually don't know. And the more you grow, I thought the more you grow in chasing the bag, because the bag is good, man. It's good to be independent. It's good to have your own stuff, your own mind, your independence, your own money. But at the same time, it's not as good as having a spiritual relationship with God. It's not as good as that.
I feel like we slowly entering a phase where as Christians or Christianity, we so hungry for the bag that we're losing value for the spirit side of things. And then it's only when people start collapsing under pressure or having problems, then they realize it's actually not worth it.
It's not
chasing and substitutes of the spirits.
Sorry to cut you off. And do you know, it actually does take a toll on you. Because now stress comes from a weak spiritual life. A strong career, but a weak backup. A weak backup, man. A spiritual life is like believing in something. Believe in something, man. You understand? And I always tell people around me, and I tell most of my classes, be aware of a person, or if you're getting married or you're getting in a relationship with someone, make sure it's someone that has or believes, has a belief system. Because anyone that doesn't believe in anything doesn't have boundaries. They can do anything at any time. You understand? They can do whatever they want. They feel responsible for their own selves. But if you do have a spiritual life, you know certain beliefs tell you to believe in your family. To go back home, go back to where
don't neglect your family.
Don't neglect your family. Certain beliefs tell you to believe in a pastoral. You understand? In music, some of them actually tell you to de-stress, go to therapy. You understand? Those things are very important stuff, and that's why we get many youth that are directionless. They have money, but they don't use the money for something. They don't know what to do with it, and constructive.
It doesn't bring them value.
It doesn't bring them value. Understand? And I was there at some points. That's why I'm talking about it. I was there at some point, man, where you're making so much money, you don't know what to do with the money, and you just do bad stuff with it. You make bad investments. You think, I'll make it next month.
You'll make it again.
You'll make it.
You create debt for yourself, believing that you will come out. Tomorrow it's another.
And debt is the most deceitful thing, because you think you, in the position that you're in, you obviously think that money won't finish. Understand? You think you
believe you can be able to
handle it.
I
can handle it. That's what you tell yourself, right? You take this just to appear in a certain in a certain way, and it doesn't work out, because now you haven't invested in the right elements of your life. So that's why I always encourage people, believe in something, man.
So who do you think is to blame for this new system of people saying, no, I'm gonna take something and on the credits, and I know I'm gonna make it, because for me at some point it feels like we're presenting a front. You just to look good and to show, rather than to settle.
Credit is good. Too much credit is not. I think credit is good because there's certain people that have worked around the credit system, and I think we were having a conversation about certain guys that we know that are like, hey, they're using that credit thing.
They know how to work.
They know how to work it. And at first we were like, it's not a good investment, this one. You understand? Maybe they took a car. It wasn't a good investment at that time to us. Because we thought it was just a front. But hey, initially, once they started playing their game, you started seeing that, okay, they're actually doing this, man. With the car that they took, they started they started evading certain costs that come with the car. You understand? They started upgrading with you understand? All of those things are plays that are within credit. So I just think no one is to blame. I think it's the discipline system that we teach ourselves and we've been taught. Right? So once you have something, it becomes valueless in our hands. It starts losing value. And you know what I'm saying. Once this phone was at some point was the best thing that ever happened to me. This phone was when I fetched it from the shop, it was the best thing. I felt like, you know what, now, but once I started using it and I started discovering it, it started losing.
We're like, okay.
I have it now. What else? And that's where the debt system comes in now. You start saying, okay, you know what?
Let me go for
done.
hookah.
Let me go another one.
Let me go another level.
Let me go and okay,
me
now I
upgrade.
have a phone that I want. Let me get a car.
Yeah.
And that's where the discipline comes in now. Because if you just do it because you want to do it, it's not going to work for you.
So you need to be able to navigate between the feeling of just wanting something and being able to
Belief system, foundation.
Yeah.
Foundation, man.
Yeah.
This all speaks to where you're coming from.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It speaks to where you're coming from and where you are going. How you treat credit, how you treat professionalism, spirituality, how you balance it out. I think it all speaks to where you're going and where you're coming from. That's how I always see it, man. The mistakes that I think I made were as a result of where we're coming from. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? I made the decisions, but they were highly influenced by, understand?
Yeah. So some of the things you didn't experience in your background, you want to do it now. But
you
now
understand?
you're putting so much pressure on yourself.
It's taking a toll on everything.
Yeah.
Right? Even professionally, what one of the things that deteriorates your professional life is overspending.
Okay.
People don't notice that.
Yeah.
Overspending will make you not want to go to work, but you're spending the money that you worked. So the job gives you the money, you overspend the money, and then you don't want to go back to work.
now you they used to say, I remember at this place I used to work in, it's like the money is bewitched.
It's bewitched.
It enters now, it's gone.
Now, same time. That's the second of the month, it's gone. Right? So certain people, like I said, they come from backgrounds that are not that strong, so they need to provide for their families.
They have to,
and that's understandable. Understand? That's understandable.
Call it black tax.
Black tax. Understand?
Yeah.
Black tax. So it's understandable for those kind of people. You understand? And those have a reason to go up to work. Right? For the longest time in my career, I was still now. Right? My main reason to wake up is my mom.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The main reason, man, I need to make that woman proud.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
I need to wake up and go work. And for the longest time, like I told you, I was in debt. I was in debt and I still woke up. I still woke up. Even when there was no money for transport, I used to borrow for transport. You understand? To make sure I go there because I had a reason to push. Those people that don't have reasons, they quit.
They just give up.
Just give up, man.
You just give up. I really wonder where we're missing it, because
there's a lot.
Like
man.
people are getting paid. You get your salary, but it's still not enough.
It's not enough, bro.
It never like completes all your needs. And is it because maybe we want more than we can afford, or is it where are we missing it? Who is teaching us this to keep ourselves in debt? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know where we're getting it from, but I think it's also a cultural, man.
Yeah, because everybody's doing it, like really everybody, and that's where now the spiritual side comes in.
Sure.
To create that balance for you,
guidance now.
You know, that discipline you were talking about, because now when
it doesn't just come from
space. When you don't have that spiritual element of believing, you won't have discipline.
You won't.
When the feeling of spending comes, you just go ahead.
Something has to subdue it. Understand?
And also not only that, but like, you know, when there's no spiritual backing, whatever you have can't multiply.
It can't.
It can't grow. It can't reach boundaries that are. It's limited. Basically,
it's limited to something.
Yeah.
To something, to your potential. It's limited to your potential.
What you can
do,
ethics or your commitments.
So where you end is where your potential or where your movement in your professional life will grow.
Yeah.
But if you, I think most of our spiritual journeys give us direction in such a way that we've seen the benefit of it even in our professional lives.
Yeah. It's true.
So for instance, for me, I'm going to use an example. There was one time I was in another country, and I was obviously facilitating to people. I was tired, man. I was so tired, right? So I sat in one corner. I was like, you know what? Even my mind is spinning now because I'm so tired, and
You're drained. You're working.
I'm drained. I'm working, right? So I just, opened the Bible, right? Read it a bit. Like I found one scripture that said, "Study to show yourself approved." Right? I was like, So I need to show myself approved. But where does that study? It starts by studying, right? So I went into the PC, I started studying different methods on how I can decrease pressure
Oh,
to
okay,
work.
okay.
Do you see how it came about? It seemed like it's just a scripture I can pray about it. I didn't take it as a prayer scripture. Took it and put it in my profession. Started searching, how can I decrease the pressure of facilitation, but still maintain the efficiency of that facilitation, of that session. Started getting different methods, man. Group sessions. Music is another one. Now we started taking Burna Boy's song, right?
And then
creating words that will fit the actual content that I'm teaching.
Okay.
We do it, we make it a war cry, we take videos, we send it to the clients overseas.
Wow.
Right? The client saw it as a way, they love our product. They love our product. They're so excited. They're like, these guys love our product, man, so much. They're even singing for it.
Yeah.
But they don't know the actual foundation of that thing. Because it wasn't for just to make them excited. It was for everyone in the class to actually get the song. Because once we're in groups planning these songs, I literally tell them, go into our notes, take anything that we've learned and try
put it into the song.
Incorporate it in the song. Once it's incorporated, the song sounds like it's the same rhythm, it's the same danceable tune, but we're singing empathy.
And I feel like it even helps the people that are singing the song, because it creates like the memory.
Remembrance. So they have visuals, we have posters, we have songs. You understand? Those methods didn't just come. You understand? And I started making like familiarizing them to my people. Understand? To a point where every class, even if it's a 5-day class, I'd push the content for 3 days. 1 day dedicated for the song. The last day is something called sign-offs. It's where we basically test the people on the knowledge that they've got, test the candidates if they fit to go to the next stage of that session. Right. I started incorporating those things, man. So Thursday, we're doing the song. Friday, people were wondering, why are these guys, like this guy's people, all of these candidates know the product. They know what they're doing. They know how to say it and what to say, when to say it. Right. But so it's actually those things. It didn't just come from, it actually came from a belief system that I believed in, and I started incorporating
when you strike the balance, then greater ideas and
start
methods and opportunities will come from there as well. Because I believe people, there's a lot of maybe now our brothers and our sisters that are Christians that feel like if you go to church every day, it hits on your workload.
It doesn't, man.
And if you sacrificing maybe your 1 day of the week to attend a service or to go and pray or something like that, they feel like, no, I'm gonna miss out on my workload. I'm gonna miss out on everything I'm putting into place. But they don't understand that balance, that ability to be able to complete the work and get better ideas and methods and the strength comes from the backing you have.
You have,
and that backing is that spiritual element you have.
Absolutely. And you can't do it without the backing. Trust me, you can't get fresh ideas unless you believe in something that will sponsor you to do that. Right? It's because, hey man, it's very hard, and everyone is doing the same thing to get approved in the same way. All of us are there in our profession. All of us are there. We're trying to do the same thing.
Pushing
the same thing. The only thing that demarcates you or makes you different is how you do it. Not what you're doing. How you do what you're doing. That's how you become different. And it doesn't. It's not magic, bro. It's not magic. You have to pray for it. You have to invest a lot of time in something other than what you're doing, because sometimes we focus so much on this, we can't see anything anything creative about it anymore. We become so familiar to
redundant, basically.
Redundant, and you don't grow once you're redundant. So you do the same thing in the same way and expect a different result. That's you know, it limits you. So I think overall, I'll just say to people, right, or to my younger self, People say that online.
Yeah.
I'd say to everyone, man, you know, whether you're old, whether you're young, you need a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
You need a fresh perspective. You need to sit down and introspect on which areas you want to grow.
Okay.
And pray about those areas and see if you'll see a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's something about tabling something and putting it on the table, right? Or speaking it into existence. They usually say speaking it to existence.
Speak it to life.
Right? Believe in something. Believe in something, man. It absolutely works. Yeah, it does work, man. And also don't neglect your professional life because of spirituality.
Because spirituality, because
That's the worst. You'll be a poor spiritual man. Very poor spiritual man. And poverty is a
And
sin
you know
itself.
what? There was a statement, I think was it Apostle Warren Hansen said. He said, being a heavenly conscience doesn't make you earthly useless.
Hey, man. Yeah.
It doesn't make you earthly useless. So if you put the effort and you put it the right way into the spirituality, into God, into whatever, it actually would drive you to be more successful in your career, in your profession, in your calling, in your purpose. Because if you just if it makes you useless, that means you're not doing it
you're
right.
You're not productive, man. You're gonna bring souls.
You're not doing
they
it right.
They don't see the goodness of God in you.
Yeah.
You understand? They have to see it.
Yeah.
Right? And I think also that's another fear that we have. That's why people are scared to believe in something. They see bad examples.
Okay.
Bad examples, man.
Okay.
Bad examples, man. Like for instance, there was one guy that I was working with. He used to go to church every single day. Right? Go to church every single day. That was a common factor between us.
Yeah.
We go to church every single day. But he was messing up at work, bro. Messing up at work. They used to even make examples of him in meetings. That's how bad it was. I had my mistakes, my fair share of mistakes at work, but they used to be compensated by all the good ideas I used to get. Bringing that fresh perspective. Understand? So I think it's bad examples, and that's why it's hard for us to actually talk about having faith now, because it doesn't look, it's not make sure.
So we need to also stand up for our faith as Christians.
True.
and represent.
True.
Represent with good behavior, good morals,
And
attitude,
a good work ethic.
Good work ethic,
Hey, bro.
you know, and not try substitute working with prayer or prayer by
to work your fair share.
You know, do your side of the bargain, and then let everything work out for your good.
For your good.
Yeah, because it's all meant to be for your good at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you balance it well, it could do wonders for you, man. It could do wonders, man. And we have examples, man, of men that we can see that it's actually working wonders, man.
Yeah,
it's working. You know, and recently I'm coming back to my, my spiritual sense that I had neglected because of professionalism. And I'm seeing that, you know what, it's actually better to do both than one.
Yeah.
Because when you do one, you're actually toiling and suffering in the other.
Yeah.
If you focus on your spiritual life too much, there's never too much in the spiritual life.
It can never be too much, but I get what you're saying. Where
if you focus and neglect this side, you'll suffer.
You need to
You'll suffer, my brother.
Time yourself. You know, okay, I have 8 hours to sleep. I have
yourself
5 hours to do this. I have 10 hours to this. Work is 9 hours, and not try and be like, no, I'm gonna pray while I'm supposed to work. Don't allow them to clash. Let everything have its time and its place. You know, on Sunday you can't be at home washing clothes. You know, you're supposed to be at church doing prayers or whatever. Building that stamina and that spiritual strength that you have.
And like, because I'm also like a worshiper, right? I'm like a vocalist. Hey, man, it's sometimes hard, man, to you come from work, a shift, but you have to do it. You have to put in that work.
Push yourself.
Because that's how it grows.
Push yourself.
That's how both areas grows. You need to feed both of those areas in order for both of them to be successful. It makes your life so much easier. There's a statement that you said that the harder you train, it makes it easier to be productive when you're supposed to work now. You're supposed to actually do something. So I think
when you push yourself hard enough, it becomes easier when you have to do the actual thing.
When they call you out to do anything, you're always ready.
You're just ready for it.
You're always ready. So I think balancing them out is sort of the best thing to do. But if it doesn't, if someone is at a point where they can't balance it out at the moment, I just advise them to take it slow.
Yeah,
step back.
Cut down.
Right, step back. I'm not saying slack.
Don't be afraid to not slack. Not like start doing badly or poorly. But
because
like
I don't believe workaholics. I don't believe workaholics are slackers.
Yeah.
Because they work too much.
Yeah.
You know, they know what they're doing. You understand? And I don't believe prayerfulness are slackers also. They're not slackers in both areas, right? But you need to learn a balance, bro.
Yeah. You need to be able to
learn a balance.
Be constructive enough.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, I don't know if there's any last remarks you have for us to say. Maybe what would be your best advice to people to balance, and how do they balance?
Yeah, like I was saying, just find a way on how to feed both of them. Create activities, for instance, for yourself.
Okay.
Right. For instance, I noticed that my prayer life was suffering. I started going to prayer team.
Okay.
You understand? Yes, it's a corporate environment, but it's good because it pushes you to.
Yeah, it triggers something.
You can't not pray when you're in a corporate environment. You understand? You can't not pray because
you don't depend on it, but it triggers what you need to be able to stand
in that kind of environment. And you know where you are lacking.
Yeah,
it's a personal thing. You understand? You know, you can tell yourself, I'm not lacking. But you know,
and don't be in denial.
Exactly.
Don't be in denial. That's very important.
Just tell yourself, humble yourself, sit down. Okay, I'm a workaholic. I've been neglecting my spiritual life. You know what can I cut down in my work so that I am still productive, I still do my work, I'm still doing excellently, but I can give time to another area of my life that needs it, even family also. Understand? So I can give time to family, I can give time. Just make sure you have a balance and take it one day at a time.
Take it one day. I think that will be the note.
The word of the day.
Yeah. The word of the day will be take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Take it a step at a time. Don't try win the whole world at one go. Rome wasn't built in one day.
Sure.
There's so many statements and quotes.
So many.
So I think we'll close at that for today. You know, it's important. Please strike a balance between your work and your spiritual life. Spirit is very important as a backup, and the work is very important as a front. Because if you lack either of them, people will still mock you and make fun of you. You're still going to be suffocated in destiny. So shout out to Pat by the Harbour. Jerem in the background today was very nodding his head.
Yeah,
he's like
very interested, intrigued.
He was like, "I told you so." The guy's here now. He's gonna tell you guys 2 awards. We've been winning them. So shout out to all you guys. Love you and salutes.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
It's a pleasure, brother. I forgot to tell you, this is my biological brother.
The resemblance.
And please don't forget to make your purchases for the air. I'm sure Jerome is working on something. There's something we did to show you that we don't lie, and you'll see it very soon. Please share, like, comment, and tag any of us for your own t-shirts. So if you do that, then we'll put you in a draw for you to win. And we already have a winner for the last year. And please, if you can't do that, just purchase your own and DM us or DM Jorem, and everything will be there. So have a blessed and a wonderful day. See you, brothers.
Thank you, guys.
Sisters, friends.
Trust in your plans. Trust in your process. Trust in your plans. Trust